Hello, welcome to public finance class. We will be looking at the fifth module today, and we'll be talking on budgeting in public finance. Budgeting in public finance, and we will look at the meaning of budgeting, the nature and objective of public budget. We look at the types of budget. We will look at budget circles and processes. And budgeting is one of the most fundamental instruments of public finance, serving as both a financial and policy tool through which government plan, authorize, and control the use of public resources. And as defined by Aaron, who is a leading scholar in public finance, budgeting is a process by which scarce resources are allocated among competing demands. Also, Caden 1982 described budgeting as the process of making decisions on the use of limited financial resources to meet unlimited demands. And according to International Monetary Fund, it defines budget as a comprehensive statement of government financial plans encompassing both revenue mobilization and expenditure allocation for achieving macroeconomic stability and development of goods goals. What is public budget? A public budget is a fundamental tool of public finance used by governments to plan, authorize, and control the use of public resources. And when we talk about this, it is more than just a financial statement. It reflects a government's priorities, development goal, and social commitment. And through budget, governments are able to allocate scarce resources, promote accountability, and provide a framework for economic stability and growth. What are the nature of public budget? The first is the financial nature. Uh, when we talk about the financial nature, it is a financial document that records expected revenue and planned expenditure to ensure a systematic estimation of financial flow. And we also have the political nature, which involves choices about who pays tax and who receives services, reflecting the value and priority of those in the power. Also, we have the economic nature of public budget, where we talk about the budget is an economic tool that affects aggregate demands, employment, and inflation through taxation and spendings. We also have the um, administrative nature of public budget, and this talks about it serves as a control mechanism to ensure public funds are used with accountability and discipline. And lastly, we talk about the social nature of public budget, which talks about budget address social purposes by promoting welfare and addressing inequality through spending on healthcare, education, and social security. The key objective of public budgets are resource allocation, economic stability, and social welfare and equity. As per the resource allocation, it is the use of the public budgets to allocate scarce resources to critical areas like the infrastructure, defense, and education. Also, as per the economic stability, it's the public budget is make use of financial policy to manage economic cycle. For example, by using expansionary budgets during recession to stimulate demand. And as per the social welfare and equity, it's to promote social justice through progressive taxation and redistribution or redistributive expenditures. We have the types of budgets, and For this purpose, we will dwell more on four. The first is line item budget. We have program budget, we have performance-based budget, and we have zero-based budget. We have some other ones. I will just mention it when we are true. So for the line item budget, this is a traditional budget type that allocates a specific amount to each item, such as salary or office supply. So it is simple but can lack flexibility. It's just an allocation of a particular amount to each of the items that are available in the budget. The second is the program budget. And for this type organizes spending around specific programs or projects, such as a literacy program or a national highway project. And this helps to clarify the purpose of the spending. So they are subjected to programs or projects that are to be made in terms of literacy, national highway project, and more of such. And we have performance-based budget. And for this links funding to measurable performance outcome and is designed to improve efficiency and accountability. It's actually maybe for some sectors that actually are working, it's bringing them to see the performance level. And based on the performance that is being measured, then the budget is being allocated as such. This actually improves efficiency and accountability. And we have the zero-based budget, and this requires every program to be justified from a zero-based um, each year. And regardless of past spending, this is aimed to eliminate wasteful spending, but can be very labor intensive. So, for example, now, if there is a particular, for last year, maybe 30 million was allocated for a particular sector or for a particular unit or department of an organization. Now, in terms of the current one that will be prepared, it is very important to take it from a zero-based one. And this is what this aspect is talking about. Regardless of what it's spent or it's budgeted for the last financial year, it is best that it's looked at the spendings. This in order to avoid wasteful spending. Though from for this type of budget, it involves a very labor intensive. It's very labor intensive, and other budgeting technique we have the incremental budgeting, we have the outcome based budgeting, the gender responsive budgeting. Yeah, the performance informed budgeting, the participatory budgeting, and more. We have more as listed. It's in the notes and better understanding. Another is the budget cycle. We need to look at this very important concept. And when we talk about budget cycle, a public budget is not a static financial statement, but a dynamic process that evolves through several carefully structured stages. And this budgeting process involves a well-defined cycle that ensures systematic planning and control of public expenditure. And this process, often referred to as the budget cycle, encompasses the preparation, authorization, or approval stage, the execution and evaluation of government revenue and expenditure. And the cycle repeats annually or within a multi-year framework, ensuring that fiscal policy remains aligned with economic reality and developmental priorities. So that stages, just like I said, four stages. The first is the preparation stage. And when we talk about the preparation stage, it's government departments submit spending request. This is when the stage begins where every department in the government sector, in the sector, begins to submit their request to the accounting department for such. And the next one is the approval, where the legislative review debates and approves the budget. And we also have the execution stage where government ministries implement the budget, and there is the evaluation stage where the budget is audited and evaluated to ensure accountability and efficiency. In conclusion, budgeting is a multi-dimensional process that is a tool for one, planning and prioritization, two, political negotiation, three, accountability, and four, achieving goals. The effectiveness of the entire budgetary endeavor hinged on the strength of its cyclical process when continuous learning, adaptation, and robust evaluation are paramount for uh, translating policy aspiration into tangible public value and sustainable economic progress. Thank you.